Jerry, Dave Brown, and Corey Macklin here at ringside. Lance Russell's taking the day off. He'll be back with us next week here on the USWA. Big action coming up today. Right here, I have the USWA Heavyweight Championship belt. And during today's program, we're going to be telling you about a tournament coming up to determine the USWA Heavyweight Champion. That's not all, though. Lots of other action.
Oh, a bunch of it, including the King, Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher, right here today, teaming up against the team of the Spellbinder, Reggie B. Fine. We'll be taking a look at that action right there today. Coming up, also on the USWA, Tommy Wildfire Rich here today. Yeah, the Eliminators versus Sid Vicious and Doug Gilbert. That should be a good tag team out here today, as well as USWA Tag Team title match right here today, PG-13 versus the Phantoms and Fantasia.
It's quite a day coming up. We're going to get everything started with that USWA Tag Team title match coming up here in just a moment. Doug Gilbert, disguised as the Dark Patriot, is out here. Doug?
You know, Dave Brown, hey, I can tell how stupid all you are, so just shut up over there. You know, all it is a big conspiracy. Eddie Marlin, you, the USWA, everybody in this company has been against me. So what I want to do, Dave Brown, Scott Bowden, could you come on out here? Come on out here, Scott Bowden, from the back. I want to show you something. And what it is, Dave Brown, I'm fixing to show you. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's a shircher. And a lot of people say money cannot buy happiness. But what I did, I took some of my man, my good friend Scott Bowden's money, and I went out to make the score even. See, Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher, you dug yourself a hole and you're not getting out of it. So what I did, I spent a little money. I went out and got the best partner there could be. Dave, let's roll a little clip of my partner and show these idiots over here who it is. Yeah.
Okay, here it is, right here. Here it is.
Just watch this right here, and you'll see the toughest. You will see the toughest man in professional wrestling.
Sid Vicious.
Watch the wrath of the vicious man right here. Look at here, Dave.
The power bomb. Yeah, we've seen it.
When that happens, Dave Brown, it is all over. So do you see what I'm saying, boys? You have sold your soul to the devil, and the devil is going to take it.
Doug Gilbert with Sid Vicious, his partner, in a stretcher match coming up. Scott Bowden here with the stretcher. We've got a tag...
What? You cutting me off?
We've got a tag team title match coming up here in just a moment, if you don't mind.
I don't care what you got coming up, baby. Hey, this is left over from the Florida-Tennessee game, baby.
We're not going to talk football here. We'll be back in just a moment.
Phantoms and Fantasia, today's the day you've been waiting for. The USWA Tag Team Champions PG-13. You got a chance right here today on television, Fantasia, for your boys to take what you want, these titles right here. But let me give you a word of advice, Fantasia. Don't stick your nose in our business, because we got a plan. Yeah, we got a plan. Just listen to me, Fantasia. Don't make no mistakes.
A little word of warning for Fantasia. She and the Phantoms will be headed this way, challenging for the USWA Tag Team titles. Here they come right here. Referee is headed to the ring. We've got a championship match, 1 fall, 30 minutes of time limit. They're the challengers, the Phantoms. And Fantasia, long stem Black Rose, headed over this way.
Now, PG-13, this is your last curtain call. I am Fantasia, and this is a woman's world. And what Fantasia wants, Fantasia will get. My Phantom will be the next USWA Tag Team Champion, and this road is gonna fall.
Fantasia saying the Phantoms will walk walk out of here as tag team champions. Well, there's a couple of guys right there that have a different idea about the whole thing. They own the belts. Wolf BD and JC Ice. PG-13. They've got the hubcaps in hand. They've got the title belts. They greet the fans as they head to the ring and will be set to go with this championship match, and the belts are at stake. Fantasia hanging close to ringside here. Wolfie D up on the ring apron. JC Ice climbs up on the apron. Wolfie D into the ring. And the referee is trying to get it down to 1 against 1 here. There are the title belts being held up. If we can get the belts over here, we'll hold them at the table. Well,
special TV time that they do for this.
Yeah, got a one fall 30-minute time limit.
All right, we're about underway with that as security brings the USWA tag titles over. We're ready for it, huh, Dave?
We got it going. Wolfie D is in there starting for his team. Boy, look, that Phantom, man, what a move he put on him. But then he missed. Look at Wolfie D in control.
Good move by Sir Wolfie D. Backs Wolfie up into the ropes. Leapfrog comes back. Takes the Phantom down. Phantom gets up and gets a tag on his partner. That's tragedy of the Phantoms in there. Fantasia looking on as her team goes for the USWA Tag Team titles right here today on the USWA. Wolfie D off the top rope. Look at this. 1, 2, and kicks out. What a move.
Yes, indeed. Off that top rope. Great move by Wolfie D. Just one of the reasons that this team of PG-13 holds the USWA tag titles. They've been fighting champions, too. They don't back up from a challenge. This tough team came in here, and, yep, they defend the belts. And right here on TV, double team on JC Ice.
The other Phantom jumped in there. Sorrow gets a tag now, and officially he's in there. Sorrow and Tragedy. The Phantoms double teaming. JC Ice into the ropes. Clothesline takes JC down. Off the elbow. And again, double teaming from the Phantoms in there. Got a tag, hooks the leg of JC Ice. 2 and JC Ice.
JC able to kick out of it. They're trying to keep JC in there. JC seems to have started a little slow today, whereas Wolfie D came in and almost got a count of 3 right off the bat. So what Sorrow and Tragedy have tried to do is just keep JC in there, wear him down, see if they can keep him from getting started. But look out, he may be going right now. Sidekick.
Oh, yeah. Fighting his way back, and the Phantoms again teaming up on PG-13, JC Ice.
Yeah, when they double team you, it's tough to get started.
Oh, yeah. That's JC up. Suplexes him over. Cover 1, 2. JC out of it. Tag again, and boy, these Phantoms really tagging in and out. Trying to keep, I guess, the freshest of the two in there to go after these USWA Tag Team Champions, PG-13.
Backbreaker. Yeah, they're doing what you need to do to win championship matches, and that is keep the fresh man in there and keep your opponents from getting their fresh man in. Look at this. They've got JC Ice over in their corner again, and the Fantasia interference.
Oh, boy. Slaps JC Ice over here. Breaks him across the back, and Fantasia sticking her nose where it doesn't belong. Well, that's in the business of PG-13, and Wolfie D has forewarned her. And they're not going to put up with that stuff here. The Tag Team Champions defending their titles here today. JC Ice goes under the Phantom, comes back, DDT from JC. He may be able to get the tag from his partner over there. He gets over in time. And he does!
Boy, did they need that. Wolfie D is in now. He's been watching all this from the corner, and now he's having to take on both of them. All 4 of them in the ring.
Oh, yeah. Everybody going at it.
Up, down on the floor here. You got what, Sorrow and J.C. Ice?
Yeah, and Tragedy and Wolfie in the ring. Oh, Wolfie comes off the ropes. Jumps behind Tragedy on the fence, rolls him up. He's got him. He's got him pinned, Dave.
Referee's trying to separate J.C. Ice and Sorrow on the floor. Wolfie D, meanwhile, has held him for a 15 count at least.
Fantasia in the ring.
Look at this. That's Miss Texas.
Yeah. Miss Texas. Boy. They said they had a surprise. What a surprise. Miss Texas shows up. And Fantasia is out of here. She takes off, boy. Oh, man.
And who can blame her?
Oh.
Boy, the surprise, the plan that PG-13 had for Fantasia was Miss Texas.
Hey.
Hey, Miss Texas in the house, people!
There's no doubt about that.
You know, Fantasia, J.C. Ice, and Wolfie D being from the hood, we know how to handle tramps. When you got one running around, you gotta get somebody to watch your back. So what we did is we went out and got the toughest woman walking, baby. You tell him, Miss Texas.
See, Dave, what Fantasia don't know is that this is Miss Texas country. I wrestle men and I wrestle women, and I kick their butts out of town. Fantasia, you painted up face tramp. You're next.
Miss Texas is here. We heard and we saw. PG-13. The match ends on a disqualification. They keep the championship belts. Miss Texas in here. Fantasia and other folks, too. Better look out.
Yeah.
We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, everybody.
USWA heavyweight title belt right here. That's going to be at stake in a tournament, which is coming up very, very soon. A lot of folks going to be involved in that tournament coming up, and I believe 5 first-round matches in all. One of them right here, and Tommy Rich, accompanied, I see, by Scott Bowden.
Well, you know, I heard the people couldn't stand it. All the ladies wanted to know where I was last week. Well, I come back for them. You know, but let's get down to business, Dave. What I'm here to talk about today is 4 months ago, Tommy Rich come to this area. I come for one reason only. My best friend, my brother, just like my blood, Doug Gilbert, needed some help down here. So Tommy Rich come back, and we did what we said we was going to do. We beat up anybody that got in our way. Well, then Eddie Marlin takes it upon himself. Shut up, you stinking redneck. So Eddie Marlin, he takes it upon himself. Tell him to shut up so I can say what I got to say.
Go ahead and say what you want to say. They can say what they want to say, too.
Well, Eddie Marlin, he takes it upon himself to suspend Eddie Gilbert indefinitely. So that leaves me in a position that I had to go out and get a partner. Well, I went out and got a man that I thought would be one of the best tag partners next to Doug Gilbert that I could get. But I was wrong. Buddy Landale cost me everything. I'm not a loser, and Tommy Rich has never been a loser. Buddy Landale, the reason I wasn't at this TV last week, shut up! The reason I wasn't here last week, Dave Brown, is because I was too embarrassed to come down here after Buddy Landale losing the match at the Coliseum and getting beat 1, 2, 3 straight out. I didn't have the courage to come down. Well, today it's a new day. Tommy Rich was the youngest Southern heavyweight champion in this area, right or wrong.
That's right.
Tommy Rich was the youngest NWA World Heavyweight Champion, right or wrong.
That's also right.
Tommy Rich went to Georgia when Georgia wasn't even a wrestling area, and Tommy Rich put Georgia on the wrestling map, didn't he?
You were very big in Georgia, yeah.
I was the man in Georgia. So what I'm talking about, All of that stuff's under the bridge. As of today, you're going to see a new Tommy Rich. Who's the man that caused Jerry Lawler to get his head shaved off? Tommy Rich. Who's the man that put Jerry Lawler in the hospital the most time? Tommy Rich. So what I'm telling you, in this whole stinking wrestling area, the wildfire's back. And you know what? Eddie Marlin, Randy Hales couldn't have done it no better. In the first round, I hear I've got Jerry the King Lawler.
That's the way I understand it, yeah.
Well, you know what, Dave Brown? It's just like I just said. I'm not here for these stinking rednecks. I come in here for one reason. It was to help Doug Gilbert. Now then, the USWA heavyweight title is on the line. And it's like I said, Tommy Rich is back to be a winner. Jerry Lawler, you're the first stepping stone I'm going to start with. So you better be ready. Whether it's wrestling, whether it's get down fighting, the wildfire's back. Sit back and watch what's coming up.
Tommy Rich headed to the ring right now, as a matter of fact. A lot of what he says is true, but Lawler will have other ideas about what, Scott?
Looks like Uncle Bobby got it a
Oh, don't start with that, Uncle Bobby. We've got a match right here. Let's go to the ring right now. We're not going to talk football. We're going to do wrestling right here. We're going to ring the bell and get this one going. It's wrestling season is what it is. Corey Williams against Wildfire. Tommy Rich, one fall, 10-minute time limit.
Rich and Williams tangling up in the middle of the ring, and Tommy Rich gives him a clean break. What about it? I don't know. Tommy Rich, former NWA World Champion, former Southern Champion at an early age, and hasn't stopped. I've got to give it to him. He is tough. He hates some of the things he does, though.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He is one of the toughest wrestlers ever around here or anywhere else.
A little different Tommy Rich than what a lot of the fans in the area used to some years ago.
Yeah. And tends to get sidetracked, tends to take shortcuts maybe a little too much in his career these days.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Scott Bowden.
Clean break that time.
Scott Bowden wandering around the ring. In case you weren't with us last week, he's wearing a Florida State Seminoles jacket. He was out here claiming to be the nephew of Florida State coach Bobby Bowden.
Oh, boy.
And all he wants to talk about is Florida State football now all of a sudden. Came out here with a painted up Florida State helmet, which he claimed was to protect his head, and actually I think he was just using it as a weapon.
Scott Bowden says he's Bobby Bowden's nephew.
Man, that was him. It just flashed past the picture there. I don't like him out here in Tommy Rich's corner. Look at Rich choking Corey Williams.
Yeah. Choking him there, finally lets go.
That's one of the difficulties I have with Wildfire. I mean, when a guy has the credentials that he has and the wrestling ability he has, why stoop to choking someone like that? Let's wrestle and prove you can do it in the middle of the ring.
Takes up Corey Williams. Nice Corey up into the ropes. Whips him in. Boy,
Man.
Clothesline it. Flips him, man.
He turned him 360 degrees.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. 1, 2. That's it.
Yep.
Wildfire. Tommy Rich gets an impressive win. Boy, after Corey Williams flipped high in the air and hit that 360-degree turn, it was over.
It'll be a different situation when that USWA title tournament.
It's a new day.
It's a new day, but it'll be a new day for that tournament, too.
You want to know with my guidance, baby.
Yeah, you did good, Scott. Yeah, kept him going. We'll be back in just a moment. Dennis Hall with us here today.
Oh,
We'd
yeah,
like to have
big
you
time.
join us right here for USWA Championship Wrestling. We're live on Saturday mornings here on TV5, and you can be with us. The tickets are free, but you have to write for them. And here's the address. Send it to Studio Wrestling Tickets, WMC TV, 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, and our zip code 38104. You must include a self-addressed stamped envelope. Take an envelope, put your own address on it, put a stamp on it. Don't seal it. We'll use that envelope to send your tickets back to you. Self-addressed stamped envelope must accompany your ticket request, but other than that, there is no charge for the tickets. You can request up to 4. If you have a group more than that, a scout group, church group, something like that you'd like to bring by, birthday party, that sort of thing, feel free to ask for that number of tickets that you need, but include a telephone number of a responsible party so that we'll know how to get in touch with you and confirm exactly how many tickets you're going to need for that Saturday. So join us down here, right, for the tickets. Don't forget the self-addressed stamped envelope.
Costs 2 stamps in there, what, 58 cents?
That's right, that's right. One to send the request and one for the self-addressed envelope, send it back to you. That's pretty good entertainment value. Tell you what, let's take a look. Speaking of entertainment value, man, Monday night, Mid-South Coliseum, after a week off.
What a night.
Due to the Mid-South Fair, we're back in action Monday night at 7:30, and don't forget about the special children's prices. Kids 12 and under, $2 off in all ticket sections. Kids 12 and under, $2 off, 12 big matches coming up.
Yeah. Look at that regular prices.
Yeah, no increase in the prices for this. And, of course, that is very special because we are including the one-night USWA heavyweight tournament with 12 matches in all. Now, the brackets have been set for the heavyweight championship, USWA heavyweight championship tournament. There they are right here. I know it's a little difficult to read, so let me tell you how all of these happen. Nature Boy Buddy Landell will be going against Eliminator Cronus in one of the 5 first-round matches. Then Eliminator Saturn will be going against Coco Beware. Now, the way the brackets are set up, if Eliminator Cronus wins his match and Eliminator Saturn wins the second match, then in the second round, they would come back and the Eliminators would be against each other. So you got the possibility of some very interesting pairings here. Same thing could happen in the next pairing. Spellbinder will be going against Moondog Rex. And in the next match, it'll be Moondog Spot going against Doug Gilbert. So you could conceivably have Moondogs going against each other, or you might have Doug Gilbert going against Spellbinder. Anything can happen in one of these tournaments. By the way, Doug Gilbert is a little bit upset because since it's 5 opening matches, someone got a bye. And the USWA determined that the one that would get the bye, they took the previous 2 champions, Doug Gilbert and Brian Christopher, and there was a coin flip. And the coin flip was won by Brian Christopher. So he gets a bye. Doug Gilbert is steamed about it. He said he was the last USWA heavyweight champion. He should have gotten the bye. He forgets that he was stripped of the belt and all that sort of thing. But anyway, the way it turns out, though, Tommy Rich will be going against Jerry Lawler in the first round match. He talked about that correctly. But then Brian Christopher will wrestle the winner of this match. So there again, it's conceivable that Brian could be going against Jerry Lawler. What a night you got. There's Brian with his first round bye. But that's the first 5 matches, the opening round of the USWA heavyweight title tournament. Then we'll have the 3 second-round matches, a semifinal, and then you will have your USWA heavyweight champion crowned Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. That's not all, though. There are other matches in addition to that. A 6-man tag match is on the card, a 6-person tag match, I should say. PG-13 will have Miss Texas with them, and they will be going against the Phantoms and Fantasia in 6-person action Monday night at the Coliseum. Fantasia, if she's not having second thoughts about this, she definitely should, with Miss Texas in the house, as Wolfie D said. USWA Heavyweight Championship Tournament Finals will follow that. And then an added match in addition to everything else. There is going to be that stretcher match that Doug Gilbert talked about. Sid Vicious and Doug Gilbert will be going against Brian Christopher and Jerry Lawler. It'll go till somebody's carried out on the stretcher. Of course, I'm sure Scott Bowden will be running around ringside there, too. What a night. 12 matches coming up at the Mid-South Coliseum Monday night. You ought to make your plans to be right there because it is going to be some kind of night of action, let me tell you. Tell you what I'd like to do right here. I wonder if maybe we can talk to Jerry and Brian a little bit about the situation. Yeah, here they come right here. Brian Christopher leading the way, the king with a crown in hand. I want to talk to him a little bit about this tournament coming up in addition to the stretcher match, because you have here two former holders of that USWA title. As a matter of fact, for many years, that was considered to be Jerry Lawler's belt, and in recent times, it's been considered to be Brian Christopher's belt. So I know this tournament is something special to both of you.
Dave, this tournament is special. It's the only thing I got on my mind. You know, ever since I came into the USWA, I've held this belt on many occasions. And I've been the champion more times than anybody else. And I've been the champion longer than anybody else since I've been here. So I do consider that USWA title to be my belt. And Doug Gilbert stole that belt away from me a couple of months ago, and he knew, just like I shaved his head bald, that I would have took that belt back if he ever defended it against me. But he didn't, and that's why it's been stripped. That's why it's on the line. That's why Monday night, everybody's going to come on out here, and they're going to tell you, they're going to sit here and tell everybody that they are going to go right through that tournament and become the next champion. But I say what I mean, and I mean what I say when I tell you that I am the man that nobody's going to beat come Monday night. I am the man who is going to be the next USWA heavyweight champion, just like I've done in the past, just like I'm going to do in the future. And Dave, I know everybody saw that bracket, and everybody saw that I have already started out on the right foot because I received a first round bye by winning the flip of the coin. And what that means is I will be taking on the winner of the Wildfire Tommy Rich Jerry Lawler first round match.
That's right.
And I know that this man knows that, and I know that Tommy Rich knows that. But what I want to tell both them guys, what I want you to know is that I will do whatever it takes when that USWA heavyweight title is on the line. I will stop at nothing. I will pull no punches. I will have to go back to the old Brian Christopher, if you know what I mean, Dave Brown. So come Monday night, there's not a man that's going to beat Brian Christopher.
Well, it's going to be an interesting night, King. I know the old Southern heavyweight title, the precursor to this belt, and now this belt are also important to you.
Well, a lot of history there, Dave. You know, we just listened to Brian Christopher say that he will do whatever it takes. He will stop at nothing. Well, I guess, Brian Christopher, I'm not going to do whatever it takes. I guess I will stop at something. I guess I don't want that title. Is that what you're trying to say? I guess all of these guys in this tournament are just going to lay down and let Brian Christopher walk right over them en route to picking up this belt. Well, I hope you keep thinking like that, because your little bubble will be burst Monday night, I can assure you that. What is unusual about this is the fact that we're going to have to probably wrestle against each other, and then a little bit later on, we're going to have to wrestle with each other as partners. So it's going to be an interesting night Monday. I'm looking forward to it, because there's nothing I would like better. You know, I just don't feel right. It just doesn't feel natural to me to stand out here in front of all of these people that tune in every week and watch this show without having something like this around my waist. I'm used to wearing the gold. I'm used to being the champion. I'm used to being known by all of these fans as being the best there is in the USWA, and I just don't feel right without it. So Monday night is an opportunity to put another belt around my waist. And like you said, Brian, I don't think that I'm going to stop at anything until I get this belt and put it right where it belongs, and that's around the King's waist.
It's going to be a battle, no doubt about it, for that belt. But also, I want to talk a little bit about this stretcher match, too, because you got a very serious situation here when you're involved in a stretcher match.
Well, you're exactly right on that, Dave, because I guess maybe Texas Death Match, a couple of that, there aren't many matches that are as dangerous or that as can be as bad as a stretcher match, because it doesn't matter what, you can try to pin your opponent and you get a 3 count, it's no big deal because the match is not over. This match goes, and anything goes in the match until somebody has to be carried out of the ring on a stretcher. Now, no wrestler in their right mind, first of all, anybody that's got any pride, anybody that's got any type of an ego is going to admit that you're going to have to be carried out on a stretcher. Something bad is going to happen to you before you're going to lay down and be carted out of that ring on a stretcher. I know I'm not going to be carried out on a stretcher. I know this man's not going to be carried out on a stretcher. So what does that leave? That leaves Doug Gilbert or Sid Vicious. Now, we watched a little earlier of Big Sid putting that power bomb on me. Now I'll admit, Sid Vicious had put the power bomb on some people, and they've been carted out on a stretcher. And I know that when I got the power bomb, I should have been carted out on a stretcher because it knocks you completely out. I'll admit that. But Big Sid, I don't think you're going to be able to put that power bomb on Brian Christopher or me because I got a little piece of footage. I want the producer to roll right now, and I'll show you what's in your future, Sid Vicious. Yeah, you're big and you're strong. But like I said, and like the old saying goes, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And Sid Vicious, when you fall, you're going to fall real hard. Take a look at this and think back of this. If that memory of yours, that pea brain will go back. There you go, Sid. So we got something in store for you Monday night. We don't plan on going out on no stretcher. Like I said, it's not going to be him. It's not going to be me. That just leaves Sid Vicious or Doug Gilbert. So get ready for it, because one of you guys are in store for a little extra ride Monday night.
Well, I tell you what, Monday night is something you're not going to want to miss at the Mid-South Coliseum. 12 matches in all. The stretcher match could be a wild one, and also that tournament. Man, what a battle that'll be. 7:30 Monday night at the Coliseum. We'll be back here with more right after this. Big match coming up right here. Sid Vicious and Doug Gilbert, two of the most powerful wrestlers anywhere, together as a tag team. And today going against a team that's really been quite a challenge for Sid Vicious, the Eliminators, as we get action underway here. There's the referee. Here come the Eliminators, Saturn and Cronus, as they climb up into the ring. They're set to go. And as soon as their opponents see fit to arrive in the wrestling area, we will be underway with our action. Now there they come. Doug Gilbert under the mask. Under the mask because he got his head shaved in a match a week or two ago and hasn't seen fit to show us that.
See, Dave Brown, money can buy happiness.
Money can buy Sid Vicious. I don't know how happy you're going to be. Yeah. Saturn and Cronus have another idea. I see you brought that football helmet out here.
Exactly right, the football helmet that Uncle Bobby himself gave to me. Hey, you keep cutting me off all day.
We're not going to talk about Uncle Bobby. We're going to get this match underway as soon as we get the signal.
Well, I'm out here, Dave Brown. Keep paying attention to what's going on in the ring.
That's exactly what I intend to do, Sid Vicious. I'm in a very rare position of agreeing with Sid Vicious. We're going to pay attention to what's going on in the wrestling ring, not talk about Florida State football and the alleged relation, Uncle Bobby, as Scott Bowden says.
Oh, boy, that is Sid Vicious.
You know, it's probably legitimate that Scott Bowden wear that helmet because a lot of people like to put knots on the top of his head. Problem I have with it, let's make sure it stays on the top of his head and doesn't become a foreign object tossed into the ring to either Doug Gilbert, who's starting, or Big Sid Vicious. The match is underway. Here's Corey.
Thank you, Dave. Doug Gilbert bags the Eliminator Saturn in the corner. Boy, he's putting it to him, isn't he? Big right hand from Gilbert. Reversal in the corner. Gilbert comes out on a big backdrop from Saturn, the Eliminator. Goes after Doug Gilbert. Well, I apologize to all of the fans who wanted to see the face of Doug Gilbert, all two of them, but due to...
I don't think they want to see his face as much as that bald head.
Yeah. Due to a recent bout in there, a little unfortunate. They fell over Doug Gilbert. We do apologize. Gilbert wearing that mask. And the Eliminator, Cronus, works him over. He stops Cronus, slams him into that boot of Big Sid Vicious. Vicious! The tag comes in. Boot to the midsection of Cronus.
Man, Sid Vicious really has it in for these Eliminators. He issued a challenge here on TV some time ago, and the people who answered the challenge of Sid Vicious were Cronus and Saturn, the Eliminators. Sid Vicious in a destructive mood. You can tell by looking at that face. I think he's always in that kind of mood, though.
Oh,
man, he is really stomping on Cronus.
This is one guy that just loves to beat up on people, let me tell you.
Picking Cronus up by the hair.
Body slam. He just dropped him down like he was nothing. Misses with that leg, though.
Oh, yeah.
Cronus gets out of the way of that big leg of Vicious. He may get a tag on his partner. Yeah, here comes Saturn, the Eliminator. Vicious reverses. Whoops him in. Oh, man. That big boy. That stopped him like a freight train. He sent Eliminator Saturn right down.
Sid Vicious holding him up while Doug Gilbert's popping him with a right fist. They double team. Saturn in trouble. They had Cronus in trouble earlier. Now they run his head into the turnbuckle. Doug Gilbert, like he's been taking lessons from Sid Vicious as if he needed him. Oh, man.
Follows with a clothesline and takes the Eliminator Saturn down. Dangerous Doug Gilbert sets him up here. Suplexes him down. Takes him down. Oh, boy. What about here on the USWA Eliminators against Doug Gilbert, Sid Vicious. Still to come, we've got Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher. Look at that.
Oh, Vicious held down the top rope.
Come on, Sid.
So that Saturn would go over the rope, down on the floor. Look out for it. He drops him on our desk over here. Sid Vicious. Now throws him back into the ring. Meanwhile, the Eliminator Cronus being sent back outside. Saturn was the legal man in the ring. Referee obviously did not see what happened, or there would have been a disqualification. Look at this. Yeah. What's he using? He's using something to choke him.
Got something over there.
Oh, a piece of tape. He had some of that tape that he had wrapped around his wrist. Yeah. He unwrapped it and was choking Saturn with it over on the ropes.
Doug Gilbert comes off the ropes. He misses. Saturn rolls over. Gets out of the way of that big leg of Gilbert. Gilbert tags him up into the corner. Goes the Eliminator Saturn. Stops him with the boot. Up on the middle rope. Boy, Gilbert flying off of it.
Gilbert made a bad mistake there. He called his shot, and the Eliminator was watching, and he was set for him. He knew exactly where he was going.
Oh, yeah. Here comes big Eliminator Cronus in there. Cronus hanging on Vicious and Gilbert. Oh, now we got all of them in the ring. Everybody going at it. Sid Vicious and Eliminator Cronus over in the corner going at it. A reversal.
They've got Saturn out of the ring. They threw him down on the floor.
And he's got Cronus. Drops him down. Doug Gilbert's going to go for a pin here now. 1, 2. Whoa! I thought he had him.
I did too, but it was just a 2 count.
Yeah,
Cronus able to break out of it at the last second. Gilbert's got a chain. He's wrapped it around his fist. Saturn battling Sid Vicious on the floor as Gilbert nails Cronus with that chain, and now there's a cover. Referee's there for the count. 1, 2. It's over.
That's it. Sid Vicious, Doug Gilbert beat the Eliminators with Doug Gilbert pulling that chain out of there. Yep. You can see it just as plain as day.
There was no doubt about it. It was a chain, and that's what won.
2-0, baby.
2-0, said Scott
2-0.
Bowden. I didn't see where the chain came from. I wouldn't be surprised if Bowden didn't throw it into the ring to him. But there's no doubt Doug Gilbert used the chain, and the Eliminators have been defeated by Sid Vicious and Doug Gilbert. Now, all right, they're down here swapping around there. Now Sid Vicious takes the chain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Scott Bowden up there wanted to know what the discussion's all about. The referee questioning Gilbert. Look out, Vicious got the chain. He hammers both the Eliminators.
I think I can't stand the sore loser, baby.
Oh, well. One thing I can't stand is that kind of stuff. Why don't you get them out of here, Scott? They won the bout, and now they go to just try to hurt the Eliminators, what they're doing nowadays.
And using the chain, too. Vicious still got that thing wrapped around his right fist as he pounds Cronus over in the corner.
Man. Vicious and Gilbert get the win, but that's not enough.
Here comes some help.
Yeah, they get him out of here. Here's Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher. Christopher goes up to Doug Gilbert. Lawler dumps Vicious over that top rope. And Mount jumps on the back of Jerry Lawler. He's got that helmet on. Jumps on the back of Lawler, Vicious and Gilbert out, but they leave Scott Bowden. Look at this. Hey, look at that, Lawler! With fire!
Oh! There you go, Scott Bowden. Keep that in mind for the future, too, as Scott Bowden goes running out of here.
Oh, he took off, didn't he?
He wore the jacket out. I guess maybe the king thought he was cold, so he would help warm him up just a little bit. And there goes Brian along with the king. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Up Monday night, Mid-South Coliseum. Going to be 12 big matches in all. Regular prices down there, 7:30 bell time as the USWA comes back to the Coliseum Monday night. But that's not all. Going to be an added stretcher match coming up down there Monday night in which the King, Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher will be taking on Doug Gilbert and his newly found partner, Sid Vicious, the unified world champion. Stretcher match rules coming up down there Monday night. Gilbert and Vicious against the King and Too Sexy Brian Christopher.
Well, you know, Corey Macklin, what a lot of people don't understand is why Doug Gilbert has got the baddest man in the world with him. Well, there's a good reason. See, you remember a couple weeks back when I got a little clip, and you know what I'm saying, Corey Macklin, a little haircut. Well, see.
Hair shaving.
Hey, you be quiet. It was not Brian Christopher that did it on his own. It was Brian Christopher. It was Jerry Lawler. It was the USWA officials. It is every one of these stinking fans right over here. So what did Dangerous Doug do? I got to looking and I said, who is the baddest man in the world? And then I said, who rules the world? And what did I come up with? It's going to be change. It's going to be violence. It's going to be a lot of destruction. So what did I do? I went out and I got myself the Demolition Man himself, Sid Vicious, and it's all going to be taken care of, right, Sid? See, I've been watching from the back. And see, you're right about one thing, my friend Doug. Everything that Brian Christopher has gotten, everything that Brian Christopher has achieved has been given to him. See, Brian, I got a little story for you, my friend. To achieve great destiny, to be the best that you can be in professional wrestling. See, it doesn't get given to you. It's not just a chance it happens. See, you've got to make your own destiny, and you've got to make your own future. See, I do things of my own, my friend, and you were out here earlier saying, you and the King were not going to be stretchered out. Well, I have proven, and Doug is my witness, if you get caught with the power bomb, it's over, right, Doug? So for you two guys, Monday night, I can only say one thing. Me and Doug, Doug and I, we will walk out the Coliseum victorious. See what I've done, Corey Macklin? I've given Jerry Lawler and Brian Christopher a little date. And their date right here, 7 foot tall, destiny right here is Jerry Lawler and Brian Christopher. Worst nightmare, right, Sid?
Well, they're not just going to turn around and run, I bet you that. Jerry Lawler and Brian Christopher will be looking for Doug Gilbert and Sid Vicious. Let's take a look at USWA Championship Wrestling on tour. Well, we got an opportunity now. It begins in Dyersburg, Tennessee. Dyersburg, Tennessee. Great fans up in Dyersburg. Going to be on a Thursday night, October 6th, 8 p.m. bell time in Dyersburg, Tennessee. National Guard Armory. You see the card in Dyersburg. Brian Christopher, Moondogs, PG-13, Tommy Rich, Doug Gilbert, all in Dyersburg, Tennessee. Tickets on sale now in Video World in Dyersburg, Tennessee. For wrestling coming up Thursday night, October 6th in Dyersburg. Friday, October 7th, Biggers, Arkansas. Biggers, Arkansas there. They're at the high school in Biggers. USWA Top Stars will be in Biggers, Arkansas. And Saturday night, October 22nd, 8 p.m. bell time, USWA Wrestling back in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Earl Bell Community Center on Church Street. USWA Top Stars will be in Jonesboro Saturday, October 22nd. Don't forget, Monday night, 12 big matches at the Mid-South Coliseum. Regular prices are in effect and $2 off. Children 12 and under, any section in the Coliseum. Ringside, general admission, $2. What a deal that's going to be. What a night it's going to be for that USWA tournament. All look for you down there Monday night. More still to come here when USWA Championship Wrestling returns. Stay with us.
In the ring, along with the referee, Kevin Christian, Jeff Gaylord, the Missouri Tiger, is on the way. Here he is right here. The Missouri Tiger set to go in a 1 full 10-minute time limit match against the Shadow. And you can see the fans really like to see Gaylord. He steps up onto the ring apron, and we will be underway with yet another match here on the USWA today. Boy, we've had some good action already.
Oh, yeah.
We had the USWA Tag Team titles being defended by PG-13 earlier. It ended up with Fantasia jumping in on the side of the Phantoms and getting her team disqualified, but then she was greeted by a big surprise.
What a surprise that was.
Miss Texas back in the USWA. PG-13 says, hey, they found a way to keep Fantasia out of the action, they think. A lot of big things going on. Big tournament coming up. We've been talking about for the USWA heavyweight title. Jeff Gaylord, Missouri Tiger.
What a specimen this guy is.
Man,
Jeff
he stopped
Gaylord.
the Shadow right there. Got him with a clothesline.
Many times you, back in the back, you see Jeff Gaylord working out in the dressing room, getting ready for his match. One to count there. Shadow kicks out. This guy continuously works out, let me tell you.
Former All-American football player at the University of Missouri.
Still in shape, too. And the Shadow kicks out.
Yeah, I thought he had him. I thought it was going to be a short match right there, but the Shadow's still going. Gaylord, upper arm coming off the rope, puts the Shadow down. Now he's got him up in that fireman's carry.
Oh. Drop back with the Shadow. That may be it. 1, 2. That'll do it.
Yep, that's it.
Jeff Gaylord, the Missouri Tiger, gets the win. Good-looking win for Jeff Gaylord in there as he defeats the Shadow.
Gaylord, of course, the favorite coming in. Speaking of coming in, here's Scott Bowden coming in.
Not again. Come on.
Come out here and throw that jacket around at us.
I want some answers. What's going on here today? You keep cutting me off. I went back to Florida State this week. Came out here, want to tell you about it. You keep cutting me off. Go to a break. Go to a break. And then, I come out here in my starter jacket that Jerry Brooks and Uncle Bobby gave me. And what does Jerry Lawler do? Look at this. Look at this. He burnt the whole way through it. He burnt the whole way through it. I want some answers. I want that skinny geek, Brady Hales, Eddie Marlin, go wake him up. Get Brady Hales off the phone with his mother. Do whatever he has to do. I want Lawler suspended. I'm so mad.
Suspended?
I'm Uncle Bobby.
Wait a minute. Oh, stop with that Uncle Bobby stuff. Who was out here? Who jumped in there when they were uninvited? Who jumped on the back of the king?
I'm on the sidelines just coaching. Have you ever seen him?
Sidelines? You were right in the middle of the ring, for heaven's sake.
a fireball at Bobby Bowden while he's trying to coach a game?
Randy?
Never.
First of all, this is not college game day. I get sick of you talking about football on this television. The second thing, what are you asking for Lawler to be suspended?
Lawler to be suspended. Look at this. It's a $250 jacket.
You were interfering in the match.
Uncle Bobby gave this to me.
You're lucky you're not. Oh, you're lucky you're not being suspended. Take a break.
Lucky you're not being hauled out of here. We'll be back in just a moment.
Don't cut me off.
Hey. Go to break. Go to break. night, 7:30. You don't want to miss the action at the Mid-South Coliseum. It's going to be a big night. We got the tournament coming up. 5 first-round. Now, wait. We're going to talk about the Memphis card.
I got something to talk about. Look at this. Look at this. Lawler. Burn my jacket.
We are talking about the Memphis card. I tell you, we're going to do the Memphis card, and then we'll interview you in just a moment. You just be quiet while we talk about the action coming up here.
Come on.
7:30 is when it all begins. USWA Wrestling Monday night. Scott, be quiet. We'll talk to you in a minute, but just be quiet right now. Special children's prices. Kids 12 and under, $2 off in all the ticket sections. 12 matches in all. Regular prices, no increase. It's a one-night tournament to determine the USWA heavyweight champion. The 5 first-round matches. Nature Boy Buddy Landell against Eliminator Cronus.
Good opening bout.
Then it'll be Eliminator Saturn going against Coco Beware. Then you've got the Spellbinder against Moondog Rex. Moondog Spot will be going against Doug Gilbert.
Yeah.
Tommy Rich against the King, Jerry Lawler. What a match there. And then the winner of this match will be going against Brian Christopher, who drew a first-round bye. So he doesn't have to wrestle in the first round, but he will have to wrestle the winner of the Jerry Lawler-Tommy Rich match in round 2. Speaking of round 2, there'll be 3 second-round matches, and then the semifinal comes up. Then 6-man tag action or 6-person tag action. Scott, Bowden, stay out of it now. Leave us alone. PG-13 with Miss Texas will be going against the Phantoms with Fantasia. It's a 6-person match. Put them all in the ring and stand by, fans. Then we'll come back with the finals of the USWA Heavyweight Tournament. Your champion will be determined Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum, but that's not all. An added stretcher match, Brian Christopher and Jerry Lawler against Sid Vicious and Doug Gilbert. Somebody gets hauled off on a stretcher and just anything goes. It is a wild, dangerous type match. Scott Bowden, you've got several legitimate things to talk about. As long as you'll do that, you may have your say. Don't start on that football.
Hey, don't cut me up again, Dave Brown. You've been rude to me all day. You know why Randy Hales doesn't have the authority to suspend Jerry Lawler? Have you ever wondered that? Why Randy Hales never makes a decision? Have you ever wondered that, Dave Brown?
He makes decisions.
No, he doesn't. You know why? Because he's nothing more than a figurehead. That's because he's partially retarded, Dave Brown. I didn't know if you were aware of that.
Don't start with that stuff.
I didn't know if you were aware of that, but Randy Hales is partially retarded. Dave Brown, have you ever seen the look on a wrestler's face when he wins a big match? He's grinning from ear to ear, and he's jumping up and down. Have you ever seen that look? That's the same thing that Randy Hales does whenever he forms a complete sentence. He's an idiot. He's legitimate. Hey, let me tell you something. He does not have the power to make a decision out here. So come on out here, boy, because you can't suspend me either, because I'll slap you around. Evidently, you don't have the authority, you stinking redneck from Jonesboro. The reason why nobody ever knew he was retarded, because he lives in Jonesboro.
Don't say that again.
And nobody notices, because everybody in Jonesboro is retarded.
Come on, Scott. All right, you get ready to get cut off one more time here, because we're not going to put up on this. Come out here and talk about Randy Hales. You've got there are matches coming up this week.
He has a job here in the USWA because you think, well, he's retarded, so why they have him around? Well, many years ago.
Quit using that word.
Many years ago, Eddie Martin was going through Jonesboro, and he met up with a little wrestling groupie, and now Randy Hales is the illegitimate son.
Now, stop. That's it right there. I've had it. Not going to listen to any more of this. That is it. I told you, you come out here and you talk about... This Randy can speak for himself. Come on. Get in between us. Come on, Randy. Got the place for it. Randy. Scott, stay back away from him. Hey. Randy, stay back. Get him out of here. right, take him on out of here. Please, get him out of here. All right, Randy, hold on. Hold on. This is not the place, Randy. Hold on. I know. All right. All right, let's just take a break. We'll be back here. Man. Well, we got them all out of here, thank goodness. Coming in right now. Hear the music. That means the King is arriving. He and Brian Christopher teaming up here today. They're going to be going against Spellbinder and Reggie B. Fine in the main event on USWA Championship Wrestling. There they come. The King, Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher. Man, it's always great to have him here on TV. And, Reggie B. Fine. Reggie B. in with... They didn't bring the fur coats this time. The Spellbinder in with the illusions.
Yeah, Reggie B. Fine wears his fur coat in the summertime, and it gets to be almost winter, and he puts it in the closet.
Yeah, I guess so.
Man, better check Reggie to see if his elevator goes to the last floor. Oh, boy.
The Spellbinder. Well, in there with the magician's hat, cane, and the jacket. Reggie B. Fine hands out his Oakland Raiders cap, and he's ready to go, he says. Yeah, he's ready to go, but look, he's standing on the apron. Reggie has had a problem in finding the way into the ring sometimes when the action gets real tough.
Oh, look at this. Fans cheering Reggie. They want Reggie to start it off.
Yeah, they sure do. They want him to start because they know if the action gets tough, Spellbinder's going to have a real tough time convincing him to take a tag. But what is this? Reggie B. Fine's going to start against the King.
Must be Christmas time.
Don't tune out, fans. This could be interesting. Reggie trying to hang back in the corner. He's behind the referee. He's trying to explain something to the referee. King just wants to get to it. Reggie B. Fine said, hey, wait a minute. I was not ready.
Says he's from every woman's dream.
Yeah. Look at this. Got to do his exercise.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. That may be the best he's going to look all day. Yep, leaning out of the ring. That gets the referee in here to say, wait a minute, he's out of the ring. Yeah, he's already exercised, referee. Let's get him going.
Look at this exercise. Reggie B. Fine, a little aerobics here.
That is the worst example of the side straddle hop I've ever seen in my life. The worst.
You know, I've got a little boy about a year and a half, about a 1 1/2. I think he could do that.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Reggie B. Fine.
Reggie got so involved in the exercise program, he lost his gum.
Oh, he put it on.
I don't believe this.
Not like him, Reggie B. Fine.
And there hadn't been any wrestling yet. Now, there we go. Finally, they tie it up in the middle of the ring. Lawler's been watching all this. Back in the corner. Reggie's dangerous. Watch him. He takes a swing. Lawler ducks out of the way. And Reggie B. Fine hit nothing but the air.
Oh, he missed everything, yeah. Missed Jerry Lawler, missed the top turnbuckle. He didn't hit not anything on it. Oh. They're cheering, burn him up.
Burn him up, yeah. Lawler went to the tights, and Reggie got a phone call. Reggie said, oh, wait a minute. It's time for me to take a short break.
And Reggie heard that burn him up. And he
already got a 10, man. I don't need to
come on. Well, you got to the count of 10 to get back in there, too, you know.
Reggie says he's already got a 10. The man already been burned with his 10. Reggie B. Fine.
Reggie. My goodness gracious.
Steps back back in the ring. He's complaining to referee Kevin Christian about something. No telling what he's complaining about.
Reggie B. Fine, there's only one of him, and we are so glad.
Burn him up, the fans say. Lawler back to Reggie B. Fine into the ropes there now. The King takes him, whips him into the ropes. Whoa!
Yeah,
the strut from Reggie B. Fine, huh?
The strut.
The fine strut. What about it?
No, I don't think the fine strut is going to fit there too well. He patted himself on the back. Yeah, he might as well. Nobody else will.
Reggie B. Fine says you don't have to go to the University of Memphis to understand that right hand of Jerry Lawler's does not feel good. Lawler whips him into the rope. Fine holds on again. Oh! Right in the bottom. Jerry Lawler caught him right in the keeper, boy.
And Jerry's explaining to the King, hey, I used the side of the boot, not the point of the toe. It's legal, isn't it?
Reggie should be glad, huh?
Reggie's not happy at all. He says, all right, now it's time to take the tag.
Spellbinder him off back there.
You know, Spellbinder's giving him a little of his own medicine. He said, no, you're doing fine, Reggie. You stay in there.
Yeah,
Just watch your back.
Oh, come on,
Reggie's got an excuse for everything.
Oh, I tell you. I tell you. Jerry Lawler gets the tag. Here's Brian Christopher in now. Oh, he gives Brian a little left and a little right hand in there to go along with it.
Yeah, he sent him to the wrong corner. Reggie didn't know where his partner was. Now he's calling for the Spellbinder. Hey, come on in. Reggie says, I've done my part. I've held him for you. Now you go get him. Right. Brian Christopher waiting. Spellbinder. Spellbinder's dangerous.
This is our main event today on USWA Championship Wrestling. What about it is, too? Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher, taking on the Spellbinder and Reggie B. Fine. Christopher whips him in. Spellbinder leaps over. Goes under Christopher. Big duck kick. Kicks him now.
Great move by Brian Christopher.
Oh, yeah. Good looking move.
He set him up, and he put him down to the mat. Spellbinder hanging back to the corner. Brian very wisely not wading into the corner after him. Now we're back to center of the ring, and they tie it up.
Spellbinder backs Christopher into the ropes there. Should be a clean break for Brian. Oh, instead the Spellbinder hammers him with a forearm. Christopher goes under, comes back. Flying flush, but man, it doesn't work. The Spellbinder holds on to him and just stuffs Brian Christopher.
Shows you the strength of the Spellbinder. He follows it up with two right fists.
This Spellbinder weighs like 50 pounds heavier than Brian Christopher. He comes in at 270. Christopher, 220 pounds.
Reggie holding Brian in the corner back there while the Spellbinder went to work on him. Now Brian's head into the turnbuckle. Brian Christopher, not too far from the tag, but far enough he could not reach Jerry.
DDT on the Spellbinder. Tag on Lawler, and Reggie B. Fine comes in. Jerry Lawler going after Fine. Christopher after the Spellbinder. Oh, look at this. Fine whips Lawler into the corner. Goes running after, misses. The King gets out of there, holds up the leg. The body got him.
It's over.
He got him. 1, 2, 3. Brian Christopher. Jerry Lawler gets the win over Reggie B. Fine and the Spellbinder, and he pins Fine.
An outstanding match. Hope you enjoyed it, too. We're going to be back in just a moment.
Oh, yeah.
Randy, I know why you were so upset there a little bit earlier about it.
David, let me tell you something. If I said what I wanted to say about Scott Bowden today, I would get us kicked off TV today, and I don't want that to happen. I'll tell you this, everybody out here know, Scott Bowden, you're a no-good, low-down, scum-of-the-earth college brat. That's had a silver spoon in your mouth your whole life and never worked for nothing. Well, let me tell you, you're threatening two things I love. That's my family, and that's this great sport of wrestling. Well, you say I'm checking, you say I don't have authority. I'll add that match. I'll be there Monday night, and I promise these people I'll put you out of this great sport of wrestling. I promise you.
Added match, yeah. He made a decision right there. It's going to be Randy against Scott Bowden Monday night. I don't know where it's going to fall on the card, but the match will be there.
So that makes
don't
it 13
forget.
matches now.
That's right, 13 matches. Don't forget the tournament for the USWA title. Also, Miss Texas is back.
Oh, yeah.
That added match, special children's prices, $2 off in all sections. All of that coming up Monday night at 7:30. Man, what a day. It's been a good one. I hope you'll join us for more next week. Lance will be back then.
Back, yeah.
Until then, for Corey Macklin, I'm Dave Brown. So long, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, mainly the promoters of USWA Championship Wrestling.
This portion of USWA Championship Wrestling is brought to you by Mega Market.